Okay, everybody, welcome to our Super Easy Forex Training Academy. And the first thing you're going to learn right here is one of our strategies that we use the triple arrow system with. It is called our now later strategy. And where it comes from is from that candy that we used to eat called now and laters, where you eat some now, save some for later. Okay. And so there's a couple of things that we do when we're looking for this particular setup. And actually, as you can see, I've entered into this trade. It's on the 15-minute charts, M15 for new people. M15 represents, every candle represents 15 minutes. Okay. This pair is called the NZD CAD, New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Okay. And so I did enter into two positions, which you can see from the green lines here and here, two positions. Why did I do that? Let's go ahead and break this trade down. All right, number one, whenever you're entering into a buy trade, you'll see triple arrows right here. You'll see your support dots here. But then lower beneath, we have information here. Right here, we see that our green line has went above the red. Anytime it's above the red, it represents a buy, which is a confirmation of what we see here. Anytime we see it below the red, it will represent sell. Like it went down here and started dropping, as you can see below. Also, our little volume bars right here, the volume is saying that people are buying it, or the volume is accumulating for a bigger push to the higher side, to the upside, because the volume bars are above the middle line. Once they go below the middle line, like right here, you see the green line crossed below, and our green bars crossed below the middle line, and that's why price dropped. In this situation, it's showing, hey, people are going to be buying up. And so it's just a matter of time. We wait patiently after we set our trade. So we entered the trade because we saw this. Green is above the red. Volume bars is above. We see our support dots. We see our triple arrows. And we see our money tree string on the whole string, HULL is its other name. We see that it turned from red to green. We also see that our candles turn from red to green. So we have one confirmation, two confirmation, three confirmations, four confirmation, five, and last six. So it's just a matter of time. We just set our trades and wait. Okay. Because at the end of the day, all you can do is do your analysis and place your trade. Now, there's a couple of things else that we do. Number one, right now, it is after the U.S. session has opened. It's about 36 minutes after the session has opened. And I did check for news. So there is no major news events coming out. Most of the news events are gone. And so therefore, there's nothing as far as news that we should be anticipating that would cause it to fluctuate heavily. Okay. So you always want to wait at least 30 minutes minimum to start looking at your charts after a session has opened. Okay. And again, one of the favorite tools that I like to use is called FX Hours. It's a mobile app called FX Hours, and it will show you what time the sessions are open. Okay. So you want to wait and be patient. Number two, we also always check 1 to 2 time frames higher than the one that you entered on. So if we're on the 15-minute charts, we want to go up to the M30 and look for upward potential and see if it's communicating the same thing. And as you can see in this situation, we still have triple arrows. We have our support dots. We have the whole, as you can see, whole moving average, or the money tree string also has turned green. We look below, we see the same exact setup. The volume bars are above the zero line and the green line is above the red. So we check how many time frames? 1 to 2. So this is the M30. So let's go up to the 1 hour and see if it has any upwards potential. Okay. And as we can see here, we had this, it was a big news event, spiked it down, but it's still saying, hey, it should go to the upside. Okay. As you can see here. Now you won't have every confirmation on the higher time frames, but we are looking for a little bit, at least 2 or 3. And so right here, we see that the green has crossed above the red. We do see the volume has crossed above the zero line, and we do see our resistance dots right here. We see the moving average has turned green, or the money tree string, and we have a green candle. And then we also have the arrow still saying, hey, it's going to the upward. So we have our confirmations, and that's why we entered on this trade. So the next thing you do once you enter this trade is very simple. You just place your stop loss below the green arrow. That's it, below. Now, we do call it the now later strategy because why? We enter two positions. I have one heavy position and one lightweight position. The first position that I entered is my heavy position, and as you can see, I moved my stop loss right up here. And for those who are new, you just can drag this line and drag it wherever you want, or you can enter into the numbers that you want, whatever you want to do. But for me, I only want to go for, with the first heavy position, I only want 20 to 30 pips on this now later strategy on the first position. We want to get in. This is for people who want to get in and get out. They don't want to hold it long. So on this particular one, my first heavy position is going to be going for 20 to 30 pips. And in this situation, it'd be for 26 pips. Okay, so that's my first position. So that's my now. Like the candy, eat some now, save some for later. My second position is a very lightweight position, but because of the longevity opportunity, it has the ability to keep going up a little bit further according to the higher time frames. So therefore, I don't put a take profit or set it to a certain number of pips because I don't know if it'll keep going up, up, up. Okay. And so therefore, I just leave it just running. Let me show you an example of a trade that we took that did that exact same thing on the 4-hour charts. Let me go back in time and let me unlock my screen, go to charts, unclick auto scroll, and I can bring it over. As you can see right here, this was a trade that we took in the past live in our classroom. And again, our classroom sessions are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. And also Tuesday and Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Time with Miss Jenny. Okay. But as you can see right here, if you would have went for just your now later, you would have got a couple of pips. That was about 30 pips exactly. Okay. So you got your 30 pips, but you had a runner going on this position, right? Now you got some now, but you saved some for later. So what they did, price came back. Your stop loss would have been probably below this line right here, or the big arrow on the 15-minute. So price did come back, but it never broke and touched your stop loss. And then look what happened. It shot straight up for how many pips? Now, again, this is just something you don't have to do then later. If you're comfortable with just getting a few pips today and you don't want to do the later, that's totally your option. But look at what happened. This one went for 297 pips, almost 300 pip run after the first initial push up, pull back, and then fired off. So that's why we do the now later strategy. Okay. Some now, some later. But again, it's totally up to you. But that's the strategy that we utilize with this one here. And that's why we call it the now later. Okay. All right. We'll be going over to another strategy in just a few minutes, and we'll be back.